Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome to the Commander's Table. Sitting at the head of the table, it's your boy E. Pull up a chair, have a seat, come kick it with your boy, and let's enjoy this hollow ass Victory Monday that we're experiencing this week. It's never a bad time when you beat the Giants, to be honest with you. And we'll go more in depth on that as we go throughout this video. Before we continue, please make sure to smash that like button, hit the comment button, subscribe, and share. And tap in with the Commander's Table. We'll have another live stream tomorrow through Sideline Stories. Shout out to Black Office, Rams Crash Outs, Lakers W, all of the family. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into this little discussion real quick. It was nice to get a win, man. I'm not going to hold you. Did we kind of screw ourselves out of draft position, out of primo draft position to where we could trade back? Yeah, we did. But there's no guarantees in life. And let me just kind of show you something just to put things into perspective here, man. And let's just look at the record here between us and the Giants. So the Giants, obviously, they hold the lifetime record over us by a significant margin. It's going to take a long time to get close to that. But if you noticed here in the 2020s, they swept us in 2020. Then they swept us again in 2022 it's a tie, but sure, whatever. And then they swept us in 2023 when they themselves were dog shit as well. So what I'm trying to get at is they still find time in their schedule to beat us while they're on the way to collecting these top 5 draft picks like Infinity Stones. So let's just enjoy beating a division rival and let's enjoy dogpiling on the Giants. Now, I know there are Giants fans that are saying we'd rather have the number 1 pick, and God bless their hearts. They've been having top 5 picks for how many years now, and what have they exactly done with them? Exactly. Shit don't mean nothing at the end of the day. And that's going to be kind of my segue into the next part of this discussion. All right. Before we get into it, we're just going to talk a little bit about Tankathon. By winning last Sunday's game, we did ruin our chances of landing a top 5 pick because we have slid down further here to 8th overall position. Now, things could play out with these last 3 weeks to where we could potentially jump up into the top 2, top 3, maybe even number 1. Just depends on how shit falls, man. Remember, these last 3 weeks is the NFC East gauntlet for Washington. They beat one, they swept one, right, being the Giants. They got to deal with the Eagles. They got to deal with the Cowboys on Christmas Day. Then you got to deal with the Eagles again to close out the season. I would probably expect that the Eagles should sweep us, and I would expect the Cowboys to do the same, but shit, who the fuck knows, man? You never know what happens in the NFL, and I'm not going to write off anything, right? But I'm going to give a couple game balls. Where they need to be, man, because at the end of the day, victories are hard to come by in the NFL, and I'm gonna just at least embellish in it a bit. So game ball goes to Jalen Lane. Jalen Lane, you've gotten a lot of shit on the channel, but you know what? You're a damn good punt returner. For the main duty that you got drafted for, you're actually pretty good at it. You had a rough up and down year as a receiver, but you know what? You're young. You're a rookie. It's okay. It's growing pains. Eventually, we're going to, hopefully develop you further to where you're cleaner in and out of your breaks and you're able to not alligator arm your fucking catches or dinosaur T-Rex arm that shit. We just need you to reach out to the sky, grab that ball, and come down with the plays, man. But I like the progress that I've saw with Jalen Lane. Shout out to Mikey Sammer still. You're not going to get a game ball, but I'm going to give you a shout out because, hey, man, you got another interception. Shout out to Mikey Sammer still, man. Mikey Sammerstill is basically the field flipper for us. I've let go of the dream of him being a shutdown corner. That's not his game. His game is just being a playmaker where the plays are there to be made. And you know what? We can live with that here in Washington because I'll be honest with you. I don't remember the last time we've had interceptions like this in a year. I think he has 3 or 4 this season. Shout out to Mikey Sammerstill, bruh. Shout out to Mikey Sammerstill. You know what? You'll just be the new age D'Angelo Hall. If you remember D'Angelo Hall, or if you remember, what's his face? Trayvon Diggs of Dallas, it's the same shit. They get burned all the time. Cook burns rotisserie, but they're able to make game-changing plays and interceptions. We take those here, man. We need those desperately. But yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to Marcus Mariota staying cool, making plays where it need to be. He didn't really have eye-popping stat line, but, he did his thing. Shout out to Bill. I'm going to call you Bill this time. He was running. I think he was close to 100 yards, like about 97. So shout out to you, man. And we definitely need more Bill in our lives. I want to see him run the rock a bit more. But, whatever our coaching staff decides to do in these last few weeks, really at this point, I don't necessarily care. But let's play more youngins. Let's get Bill more playing time, man. Hopefully he pushes for more starters minutes going into the 2026 season and beyond. But man, tanking is tanking, right? We're 8th overall. It's going to be harder to come up across Arvell Reese or Caleb Downs, one of those two guys. But there's still a lot of players that are in this draft, and as we get closer and closer to seeing where our final draft spot will be, we'll definitely be indulging in the mock drafts and everything in between, right? To just have fun here on this channel, because that's all we got left in the season. There's nothing left to talk about right now, man. We could just be playoff spoiler. We could ruin the Eagles' day and try to knock them out of the playoffs. I think Dallas still has like a really, really low percentage shot of making the playoffs. So if you beat them on Christmas Day, you'd probably put the nail in the coffin there. Just be a dick. Hey, it is what it is. Can't wait to watch Hard Knocks tomorrow. It's gonna be fun to at least have something positive to talk about on Hard Knocks, right? Dan Quinn and all of them. I'm just saying, man. I'm kind of somber. I'm kind of like apathetic towards it, to be honest, at this point, because I really would have wished this win would have happened way earlier in the season, like right after the Raiders game. If we had continued stacking up some dubs, that would have been very nice. But alas, that did not happen. Also, in other news, before we get out of here, we're going to talk about the Jane Daniels shit. Jane Daniels officially gets deactivated for the rest of the season. It was probably the wisest move by Dan Quinn and company, because we would have been playing the Eagles twice in the span of 3 weeks. And I know Jane Daniels has a very he has a bit of a hard on for Philly. Let me put it that way, because you remember that face he made in the NFC Championship when they whooped our ass and blew us out, right? Completely emasculated us in front of everybody. I know he kept that shit to heart. And I know in his mind, as a competitor that he is, he's probably thinking, I'm going to do whatever it takes to ruin their playoff trip. And Dan Quinn, knowing that Jane Daniels is that type of competitor, probably decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's just shut him down for the season, and we'll bring that same rigor, that same vigor, and same competitive edge. We'll bring that into training camp 2026, and hopefully that carries on through the new year and new season. But you know what? Hey, man, thank you, Jane Daniels, for whatever it was that you were able to accomplish this season. I saw you drop a couple dimes. You won us a game. You're still 3-0 against the Giants. That's really your highlight pretty much for this season, because everything else, unfortunately, just kind of got derailed by injury. But it's not only Jane Daniels, it's the whole team. So just thought I'd mention that. Please, once again, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be back on again tomorrow night through Sideline Stories, where we'll be talking about the NFL at large, which is a lot more fun, playoff pictures, and college football and the like. So make sure you tap in. Once again, it's your boy E. Hail to the Commanders. I love this bum-ass team. Holla.